Hi everyone, this is Jed Shlackman. I'm a holistic counselor and spiritual energy healer. For this video, I want to cover a topic of how we get to an accurate or correct answer with whatever subject that we're looking into or exploring or wanting to learn about. And the point I want to make is that in order to get the right answer, we have to ask the right question. So the answers depend on the questions, and if you have a flawed or faulty question, a question that doesn't properly address the phenomenon that you're looking into, then you're really not going to get a valid answer. And I can give you a few examples of how this could occur. A really simple one could be if someone were to come up to me and ask me, do you prefer Coke or Pepsi? Which would you like to have to drink? They would be asking essentially the wrong question, since I personally don't drink either one of those. Now if they ask me, what's your favorite beverage, or what's something that you would like to drink, that would be a more valid question, and with that question they could get a valid answer. There are many things in life that are like that, where we have to be able to consider a wider range of possibilities or variables in order to get to an accurate or correct answer. If you're doing research in the sciences, when you do an experiment or empirical study of some kind, in a sense you're testing a hypothesis. You want to get an answer to whether your hypothesis is correct or not. Yet in order for that to be done successfully, you have to be really aware of all the things that you need to measure, the variables that are present, an understanding of those variables, and how you would be able to really effectively measure those variables. If you're unaware of some important variables, then you're likely to really get an invalid result with your study. And often that's the case. People are examining some rather limited variables or limited aspects of a variable, not realizing that they're missing out on a lot more. And based on the data they collect, they form a certain conclusion. They think they've answered their question about their hypothesis, but they really haven't. One simple way this could occur is if you're measuring something over a particular period of time, so you want to see what the effects are of some treatment or intervention that you applied to a particular subject or individual or system. And so you carry out that experiment, you apply that intervention, and then within a certain time period you observe and see what effects occur. So what are the outcomes within that particular time frame? If you do that, you may be neglecting the possibility that the intervention that you employed could lead to effects in a much longer time range than what you're measuring, or that the effects in the time range that you're measuring could actually be different than related effects that appear later. So by something occurring within a short period of time, it could actually lead to or subsequently bring about an opposite effect over a longer time. So systems can be rather complex, and if we don't really have a full understanding of that system, then we won't be able to ask the proper questions about it in order to get an accurate or valid answer. one of the things that I do in the healing arts is a process that's called dowsing. And dowsing is also referred to sometimes as divination, since you're asking for answers to questions, seeking information from some intuitive source. And when you do that, you really need to be very clear and precise with your question, since the answer is very much dependent upon the question. So if I'm dowsing and I'm asking that higher consciousness a question such as, is it raining? I'm not really asking a clear enough question. That's not really the so-called right question to ask, since the answer could be that yes, it is raining, but it's always raining somewhere on the planet, so that would be a correct answer within that context. But my intention for the question may have been, is it raining in my location? And it might not be raining in my location, even though it's raining somewhere on the earth. And so the answer I get when I'm asking that higher consciousness, the answer is a response to just the basic wording of the question, not necessarily to the intention I might have had behind the question. So that occurs with many other things where the question is not properly formulated, the parameters of the question are not clear, and by asking that question, you're inviting an answer that's not going to be accurate or relevant to what you actually really want to learn or find out about. So as we go through life and seek to understand things about ourselves, about life, about the world around us, whether it's things of a personal nature or broader scientific nature, whether it's things about our health, about our body, about our psychology, things about spirituality, we can always work on expanding our basic understanding of things and being able to broaden our scope of inquiry to consider greater possibilities or more variables, more things that we could examine and assess in order to achieve the understanding we're seeking, in order to get the answers to the questions that we are asking. So with all of that said, I would like to kind of applaud each of you for being inquisitive, for seeking to understand more about life, for expanding your consciousness. I appreciate the time you've taken to watch this video, and I invite you to watch some other videos that I've produced on these types of subjects. You can also visit my website, which is phinsights.com. That's phinsights.com. And there you'll find a lot of resources on holistic health and wellness. You can also learn about the services that I provide. For now, I'd like to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.